obviously facing your fears is a huge step in this healing process. And a lot of this comes down to what is real and what is imaginary, and trying to find the border between those and what's actually happening, because these situations can get very intense and lots of fears especially can come into that. Can you expand a little bit on that?
Yeah, I'd love to. So when you're going to school, is it that you're going to school fearing that everyone hates me? Well, that's imaginary. Everyone doesn't hate you. Most people actually just want to ignore you and get on with their life. Everyone hates you is not real. It's imaginary. It might be true that, I don't know, Tom laughs at you, and it might be true that Kevin kicked you last week or yesterday. That's real. But the fear, the imaginary, everyone hates me is not real. Also, going to school and saying school's an unsafe place.
Yeah.
School's not an unsafe place. School is a safe place most of the time. Most of the time you're actually quite safe. But there are times with particular people on particular occasions where you've not been safe. So you don't want to be fearing, oh, I don't want to go to school, it's not safe. It's like, no, school is safe, but there are specific things that happen there that are not safe. So that's how you determine what's real and what's imaginary. And don't get caught up in imaginary fears that are just really making it out to be bigger than it is. Often it feels true, but it's not real. And you can get around, say, school being unsafe by, I can hang out in the library. I can hang out with my friend who's twice my height, you know. There's always a way that you can beat these fears. And part of being a man is facing fears and just doing what you have to do. And so, look, I encourage you, don't hide from school. Go to school. Do what you have to do. Don't get caught up in the whole world of thinking that things are worse than they actually are, because they're not as bad as they feel.
I mean, often the bully gets dragged into this and they get imagined to be something much worse than they actually are. So you get kids coming home and saying, you know, Bill is terrifying, or, you know, Joe is an absolute monster. So there's steps in there as well where you can say something like, okay, so Tom is a kid, he's 3 years above me, he was really nice to me this day. Does that mean that I have to carry in fear from him from the rest of my life? So it's yes, these terrible things have happened, but then what was real? And then what's actually just going on in my head as a result of this?
Yeah, because sometimes the fears are bigger than they need to be. If Jared was picking on me, it's like I go home and in my head, he's this big, strong, he weighs 100 kilograms, sort of superhuman guy. Really, he's just built like me. He's just an average guy, you know, like, sorry, I'm not...
There's a bit of lighthearted teasing.
There you go. He's just another bloke. I don't need to be scared of him. I don't want to get caught up in my head dreaming that of things that aren't real, you know. I may as well be scared of the boogeyman and check under my bed.